Hello, and welcome to the Empowerography Podcast. This is a platform created for women's voices to be heard and a place to share their stories, journeys, and successes with the world for the purpose of helping other women who might be on similar journeys. We are empowering women one episode at a time. I'm your host, Brad Walsh, so kick back, grab one of your favorite beverages, and enjoy the stories. Hello there, Brad Walsh here, your host of the Empowerography Podcast. Today, my guest is Laura Giurdanella. She is a life alignment coach and Reiki practitioner based in King City, Ontario. How are you doing today, Laura?
I'm well, Brad. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good. How's your day going so far?
So far, so good. No complaints.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So let's jump right in here.
Sure. You
are a life alignment coach, a Reiki practitioner, and Access Consciousness bars practitioner, and are also the founder of Women's Wellness Virtual Circle. Can you tell us about the Women's Wellness Virtual Circle?
Sure. So the Women's Wellness Circle is it's a virtual coffee meetup, currently virtual, where women who are basically, they're looking to connect with like-minded women, get together for coffee and conversation on a number of issues, pretty much, all things health and wellness. Usually I lead a conversation with some thoughts, and then from there, the floor is open for the women to, hold space for each other to allow them to share their thoughts, share their experiences, give advice on the topic. I've also run a couple of workshops on that platform, and okay. It's really a beautiful space where women come together to, support one another. There's no place for judgment there, and some wonderful, genuine connections are made here. So it's a great opportunity it fills my cup. And I know the women who come do say the same. They leave feeling loved, empowered, and acknowledged. So it's great. It's wonderful.
So how did the idea for this come about?
When I started getting into coaching, one of the things that I had every intention to do was to create space for women to connect. Mm-hmm. And so this was something that was kind of on the back burner for a while. It's just, you get busy and you're just constantly doing things. And I keep saying, I want to do my circle and I want to do a circle. Anyways, well, COVID hit. Mm-hmm. And at that time, I immediately personally needed connection. So I jumped onto the virtual platform because I knew that other women would need it too. And so we started back at the end of March, and we started with weekly sessions. It was once a week, every Saturday morning. And so now, the world has kind of gone back a little bit to normal. So we meet twice a month virtually still. And I'm going to eventually roll it out to once a month in person and once a month in virtual.
Okay.
It's just to get connection, and women need that so much, and it's just been a beautiful platform for that. So that's where it started.
I love it. I think that's great, and it's much needed for sure. Especially in these times. I mean, as you said, things have somewhat started to get back to normal, but I think with all this shit that's gone on in the first half of 2020, I think it's definitely needed. So good on you for starting that.
I agree. Yeah. And I think women in general, I mean, this was it was a much needed opportunity to step in and provide this space for women. But I think in general, women need this space because there's, usually very little space for women who, will be in a place where they're not judging each other. There's so much of that, and that needs to be broken. And so that's what this is all about. It's not even necessarily it's not a networking thing. I know there's so many circles out there and women's coffee meetups that are networking opportunities. Right. This is all about connection. Yeah. And of course, inevitably, sometimes that's, the networking.
Yes, that will come from it naturally, right?
Yeah, it flows naturally. But this is all about connection. It's just about creating that space for each other. And it's just been a beautiful, beautiful experience.
Having each other to lean on.
Yes. And there's been times we laugh. There's been times we all cry. Most of these women have never met each other before, and yet they come into that platform and they open up and feel safe to open up. And that's when the emotions inevitably flow. And then you have these women who were perfect strangers prior to the meetup who are crying for each other. And it's just a tremendous experience.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So tell us, what is a life alignment coach, and what does a life alignment coach do?
Well, I would say that, to start with the definition of one is that it really isn't one. This is something that I feel has kind of been birthed out of all of my certifications and my direction. So for example, like I'm a certified health coach. I'm a certified life coach. I do energy work in Reiki, access bars. And I believe that my role as a coach is to offer coaching in all three of these areas together so that the mind, body, and spirit are balanced and equally tended to. So it's my belief that for a person to be whole, we need to have our health in order, which is the body, our mindset focused and on track, which is obviously the mind work. And then of course, a connection to our inner self has to be realized. And that's the spiritual piece. So I believe that it's only, when these three areas, body, mind, and spirit are balanced, that we can achieve not only, joy and satisfaction in life, but it also promotes our body's natural healing processes. So, and we all need healing in one form or another. It's not just about, having a broken arm that needs to be attended to. There's emotional healing that we all need, and mental healing and spiritual healing. So I feel that it kind of, to isolate what I do only as a health coach exclusively, or a life coach, or, any of the spiritual practice that I practice, wouldn't really capture what I do as a coach and my style. My goal is to kind of encapsulate all three of these aspects so that my clients can achieve alignment. And align in itself, ALIGN means something specific. So it's living a life that's authentic to one's purpose, and a life full of love, intention, gratitude, and nourishment. And so that's, my approach kind of all wrapped up into one package.
Tell us a bit about your business, Revival Health and Life Coaching. How long have you been in business? And tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so this journey started about 2 years ago, over 2 years ago. So I offer one-on-one coaching. I do group coaching. I do, like I said, the Reiki healing, the access bars healing. I do meditations, workshops, retreats, and talks. And I mean, it's all about my mission to help people. It's been being in a place of helping others to experience life on a different level has kind of been a calling of mine since the beginning of my whole journey into growing up as a person, growing up into my adulthood and stuff. So yeah, it's been about, I would say, just over 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, why the decision to become a coach and help women?
I feel that it's an evolution of where I am. I'm actually also a full-time teacher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so I've been teaching for 23 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And I still am teaching. So essentially now I'm off because it's the summer, but
yes.
Otherwise I'm balancing 2 full-time jobs now.
Oh man. It's
been a huge, amazing thing that's kind of coming out, but it's very challenging. But yeah,
sure.
I've dedicated my life to helping others be the best they can be. It's an integral part of who I am as a teacher too. It's not just about delivering curriculum. It's about bringing the best out in people. And I feel that coaching women now has just become like the natural evolution of what I've been doing all my life. It's just that my audience has shifted.
Right.
And it's shifted to women in particular because I myself have been on a journey. And I feel that what I've gathered in experience and gathered in knowledge, I want to share. I feel a calling to share and help women who have gone or are going through what I've gone through.
Right. Now, you said you're a teacher as well. What do you teach and what grades do you teach?
Well, as of right now, I'm teaching grade 3-4, and I am at the elementary level. Yeah. So, but I've taught everything, and from kindergarten to grade 8 in different capacities. I've been a special ed teacher. I started an autism center at my school.
Amazing.
Yeah, I've been around the block a few times. It'll be 23 years in January. So I've done quite a bit. I'm very grateful for that. I think it's all part of the journey too. And what
is it that you love about teaching kids? What inspires you to do that?
I've always felt that it was their journey, their energy, not their journey. And they're all on a journey too, but no, their energy. It's the energy of being around children that has sparked my energy. And I just love the innocence, their thirst for knowledge. I guess I kind of feel a little bit like them in a sense, where I'm on that journey of always learning and loving to learn and having an enthusiasm for learning. And so I think that's why I also like to teach the younger kids too, because you know how it gets, you know, when they get into adolescence, things get a little hairy. But but yeah, no, it's been beautiful. I love to teach. I'm not shifting because I hate teaching. It's not like that at all. I just feel that this is an evolution for me. I'm moving into a different direction, but I feel that it's a natural progression from where I've been as a teacher all these years to shifting to coaching.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, what is an access consciousness bars practitioner? Can you tell us a bit about that?
Well, you know what? It's actually I would say it's a relatively new thing out there in the energy world. A lot of people aren't very familiar with it as a healing modality, but it's, you know, basically it's a set of tools and processes that are, you know, designed to facilitate greater consciousness in people. So it's a healing modality that involves clearing energy in 32 bars, quotation, my fingers are doing the quotation marks
air quotations.
Now, right? Air quote found on our head. Okay. Like we have 32 bars on our head. And so through a process that I follow as a practitioner, I am releasing stuck energy that is in these bars in order to, you know, access different levels of consciousness in the area of happiness and joy. And like I said, it's fairly new. I think relatively anyways. It was founded by a man named Gary Douglas more than 20 years ago. And I guess when you think of energy and Reiki and you know, Dr. Usui, that this is, you know, these are practices that are dated in Eastern culture thousands of years back. This itself is a relatively new and somewhat unfamiliar modality, but it's super powerful, and it's done some pretty amazing things on the people that have come to me to try it.
Awesome. So what would someone come to you for this specifically? What are they looking for? Like, what would your average person be looking for that wants you to help them with this and use access consciousness bars practitioner? Yeah,
I've seen people for anxiety with it. That's a biggie. But I know that there are people, you know, and it's whether they're people I coach or people I speak to that recognize that there are areas in their life where they feel blocked, you know, where there's just something that's just limiting their happiness, something that's holding them back, something that's making them feel like, you just feel like you're grabbing for something and it's not there. Yeah. And they just can't figure it out. And so they come for that, the ability to just clear their mind. And oftentimes, you know, as in any energy treatment, once that clearing is accomplished, clarity follows. And so it's been pretty amazing.
Sounds interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. I've had it done on me, of course. As practitioners, we switch bars on each other. We do that, and I've had some amazing breakthroughs myself too. So
awesome,
wonderful, yeah.
So why the interest and focus of your business on health and wellness?
Well, to be honest with you, I've had my own struggles. You know, in the area of health as a teen, or as a child, actually, I was very overweight, and I had a lot of. My family background is amazing. I have wonderful parents. I have a great family life. I've always had a very loving family experience, but my schooling experience wasn't so pleasant.
Right.
I was right around 8. We moved into a neighborhood where I was the minority in terms of being Italian. And the people who were in my school didn't particularly like Italians. So I went through a whole bunch of crap that led to eating disorders, that led to weight gain, that led to further, you know, bullying, because I became known as the fat Italian. And so, you know, just all of that. So body image was desecrated, my sense of self and confidence, just like battered, you know. And things changed when I went into high school, where I went, ironically, we moved into a high school. When I say my school, fed to a school that was predominantly Italian. And, it was, funny at first, but, I've never been able to, I didn't jump on board with the whole switcheroo and
Right.
kind of look at you guys now, you're the minority. It wasn't right for me. It didn't sit
Yeah.
well with me. So I've been on this journey all my life. And I know as I got into adulthood, things were coming along quite nicely in my life with my family and stuff, but things were always a little bit off. I struggled with so I became a health coach to deal with the issues of weight and body image that kind of plagued me all my life. And then I became a life coach to kind of work through some of that junk and clear that out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I believe it evolved into now me getting to a place where I'm happy and I want to help. I want to give back.
I love it. That's a great
Yeah.
story. I mean, great story in terms of the fact that you overcame it and now you want to give back and help people. I don't mean great because you had to go through that. I think that's horrible that any kid has to deal with and go through that type of bullying and
Right.
it stays with you. You carry that and
It really
it's
did.
horrible.
It is. It just creates so many layers
Yeah.
in your life that you have to kind of, in order to get to the heart of who you are and what you want, you have to deal with all these layers of crap that have just been placed on you, not even by you. It's just been kind of slapped on you. But what I'm really proud of in particular is that when I did have the opportunity to turn around and when I was in the quote, again, air quotes, majority group of Italians in high school, I didn't jump on that bandwagon because I knew then, like, I just knew that it was wrong. It was wrong to what they did to me. And I didn't have the nerve to turn around and do it back. So,
well, because you know what it feels like to have it done to you. So why would you inflict that upon somebody else when you've just been through a hell of an ordeal yourself and had this shit inflicted upon you? So you're certainly, I would think that most people, at least I would hope that most people would think that way and say, no way, I can't do that to someone else. I've just had this done to me and I know how horrible it feels.
Yeah.
So.
It was an interesting ride. Let's just say.
I'm sure. So with your business, what is your 5-year plan for your business?
Oh gosh. Growth. Yeah. I mean, I'm really focused on a lot of the organic growth at this point in my business. And again, like I had mentioned, I am still teaching and balancing between the two, but I do want to transition into coaching full time.
Okay.
And I'm broadening my reach to, different forums, and rather than just on the one-on-one, I really want to see myself in front of groups of people and, workshops and possible corporate wellness and I'm really open to that kind of expansion. And then of course, replacing teaching with this is my ultimate goal for sure.
Right. As I was going to say, that's your biggest part, right?
Yeah. Well, it's going to be hard to balance the two forever.
Yeah, absolutely. I can only imagine.
Yeah, it's quite, and I have kids. I have 2 teenage daughters and, a life.
Yeah.
So it's a big balancing act, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Now for you, what is the most exciting or inspiring part about your business?
I guess the most inspiring part would be when a woman I'm speaking with or working with experiences transformation. Those breakthrough moments are what fuel me. Because, it's one thing to have all this intent. I want to help. But then when you see it and you see the transformation, it's just so invigorating and it totally lights my fire.
Awesome.
To see the transition. It's beautiful.
What excites you about being an entrepreneur?
Yeah, well, it's what an adventure this has been. Because, employee versus entrepreneur. That's like night and day. Huge. I guess on a personal level, it's it's really challenging me to shift. As an employee, and I'm like your type A personality. I'm perfect in the employee format because I'm a quick learner. I'll follow the rules. I'll do what I have to do and I get my job done. As an employee, all of that goes to the crapper. Yeah. As an entrepreneur, that all goes to, my bad. Sorry. That all goes to the crapper because now it's like, oh, there's no rules. There's no one telling me how to do X, Y, Z. But what I love about it is the creative freedom. Like I have that. I'm in a place to make this whatever I want it to be. Yeah. And I think that's the most exciting part about being an entrepreneur.
Yeah, it's a pretty incredible feel. It's liberating, it's freeing, but at the same time, it is so much work. And I think that's a big thing that people don't realize until they're in it, that holy shit, this is a lot of work.
Yeah. And it's daunting. Mm-hmm. It's intimidating.
Yeah, it can be for sure.
There are days that you want to just like, you want to smack yourself and say, what am I doing?
Yeah.
You know, the struggle is real. The struggle is real. There's no question about that. But there's growth in struggle. Mm-hmm. And I think too, one of the biggest things that I've had to start to understand is that, you know, out of 10 tries, you're going to fail 9 times.
Yeah.
You know, and that's okay, because rather than looking at it as failure, switching my lens to see every attempt to grow my business, to grow as an entrepreneur is like a marketing attempt. You know, it's like, okay, I'm trying this. Crap, it failed. That's okay. I learned X, Y, Z. Yeah. You know, that's the kind of shift you have to have as an entrepreneur, to say that mistakes are not failure. Mistakes are just, you know, an avenue to growth.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's the biggest challenge I think an entrepreneur and anyone shifting from employee to entrepreneur is going to struggle with.
As long as you pick yourself up after you fall and try again.
Well, this is it. Yeah. And again, for me, myself personally, I've just really adopted that. Oh, okay, shit, that didn't work. But why didn't it work? Oh, okay. So the next time I'll do this, and that's okay. And not beating yourself up, because there's nobody out there watching, taking tallies on all the times that you fail. People are everyone's doing their own thing, you know, so you need to do your own thing, step into your thing, do it. Don't be afraid to fail. And every failure is not a failure. It's an opportunity to learn, and it's an opportunity to grow. And that shift for me has been huge.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What do you think your unique skill set or superpower is that's helped you get to where you are today, become successful?
I guess my sense of determination and commitment. If I have to say anything as a superpower, I love that word, but I would say it would be my determination and commitment and consistency. You know, and just also embracing the knowledge that nothing worth having comes easy.
Yeah. You know? That's a big one to get that in your mindset and learn that.
Yeah. And I say it so, you know, nonchalantly, but my God, it's been a huge battle to adopt this and to keep it going. But, you know, when you're doing something that you're passionate about, it's really not work.
I agree with you 100%. I can think of times when I've sat here at my computer editing images that I've shot for a session, and time just flies by. It's like 1, 2, 3 in the morning. I look at the clock. It's like, holy shit, where did all the time go?
Yeah.
Didn't even notice that the time flew by, but it's because I love what I'm doing, and it makes all the difference in the world. And I think as well, when you love what you do, it shines through, and your clients and the people around you will pick up on that and see it.
I completely agree with you on that one. I completely agree.
To date, what would you say is your biggest high or your greatest win?
Oh, geez. You know what? I love to celebrate all wins, no matter how small, but because I just feel that just deepens my appreciation in life in general. But if I have to say my biggest or my greatest win was completing my training in my coaching, where I was trained to become a coach, because it was grueling. And not because the program itself was grueling. It was just, I was always one of those people that thought, oh God, you know, like I'm 47, you know, and I was used to look at women who switched careers or went back to school when they were around my age, you know, looking at them as a younger version of me. And I would always say, like, how the hell would they be able to do that? That's insane. You got a job, you got kids, it's impossible. And yet here I am. It was a couple of years ago now, 45. And I went back to school. And it was grueling. It was hard to balance everything, but I did it. And it took me 10 months because the program I was in was an amazing program, a lot of work, really, really great training program. But it was 10 months. I could have extended it to 12 months or so, but I wanted to get it done. So I got it done in 12 months. And I remember when it was done and I got my certificate, and I just kind of stared at it going, holy shit, I'm that woman that I said, I don't know how that one of those women could do it. And yet I did it. And that was a pretty big win.
Oh, good for you for doing that. Congratulations. I think it's amazing. I mean, we can do anything we want if we put in the work and set our minds to it. So good for you for doing it.
Yeah. Thank you.
What was a turning point in your life, and how did that affect you?
I think the turning point was several years ago when I woke up one morning and things just didn't seem right. Didn't feel right. It just wasn't, something was off. And, went through a whole crap ton of emotions after that, because I started feeling guilty, because here I am, a professional doing the work that I said I always wanted to do as a teacher. I had 2 beautiful children, a home, a happy marriage. And I'm just sitting there going like, is there something wrong? Am I depressed? Am I, is this like some kind of an early midlife crisis? I started going through all this nonsense of like trying to find these reasons. And it was just me realizing that I was starting to shift and I was looking for something deeper. And that basically started me into the journey of searching my soul, trying to connect with myself, trying to learn about this concept of my inner self and all of the spirituality that was so foreign to me at the time. So I think that was a huge turning point for me.
Okay. What would you say is something that people seem to misunderstand about you? I don't know if it's misunderstanding or confusion. I think some people who are close to me are maybe a little confused or are not sure of my shift. Who I now am. And I think that happens to a lot of people. When you shift, the people around you aren't comfortable, and they may not be consciously uncomfortable with it, but this, you change the way you are showing up in life, and people around you feel uncomfortable with that shift because they too have to shift now and understand a new version of you. Yeah. And I think that's been the thing. I've been, like I said, I've been, teacher Laura for the longest time. And here I am now coaching and getting into the realm of energy healing and spirituality. And so I think that may be an area that some people, like I said, I don't know about misunderstanding. They don't misunderstand. Getting used to.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that. I feel that. I feel that the people around me are kind of, maybe dealing with that a little bit. Yeah.
And how are people reacting to your decision to start to make this transformation from teacher Laura to coach and this whole different world?
I think there's a little bit of a mix. I have people that are embracing it and encouraging me, and then I have people that don't even talk to me about it.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's okay. At first I took that as, a way to kind of judge myself and say, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Is this wrong? Yeah. And then I realized that it's just people that are at different places in their level of comfort with who I am now. And, but for the most part, I've got a great support network. Family is fabulous. My parents don't really understand what I'm doing now, but that's okay. They love me regardless. And yeah, my closest friends are like my backbone. They're really helping me through this, which is great. It's nice to have that.
Well, it's key. I mean, a good support system, especially as an entrepreneur, and you making the change from this perceived how could you possibly give up the comfort of this job, and you have a pension and you have benefits and you have this and that, and for something like this to be on, you're crazy, and how could you possibly do that? So to have that support system in place that understands what you're doing, and I mean, because when it comes down to it, it's about your happiness. I mean, and not to say that you're not happy being a teacher, but it's time for change maybe, and some people just can't get behind that, and it's unfortunate, but as long as your support system, you do have some kind of support system in place, then I mean, that's key, I think.
Yes. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, because I do get a lot of that. I get a lot of, oh, you're crazy. Oh my God, you're crazy. It's like, okay. let's define crazy. I'm pursuing something that's deepening my enjoyment and my happiness and bringing me joy. Okay, if that's what you define as crazy, then crazy I am. But you're right, though. Like I said, I love teaching. It makes me happy. But I am looking to deepen that sense.
It just doesn't fulfill you enough.
It doesn't fulfill me enough. Absolutely. And I will never regret the years that I've spent as a teacher. I mean, it's brought me tremendous joy, but it's time to move on to more.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. And a lot of people feel guilty about that, but it's nothing to be guilty of. Like you want the more you show up for yourself, the better you show up for everyone in your life.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
What makes you feel inspired or like your best self?
Oh, makes me feel inspired and like my best self. Learning inspires me. So I have an insatiable desire to learn, and I love to grow in awareness, and I love to learn new things. And, so I feel that I don't want to say the more I know, the better I am, but I just love deepening my awareness of all things health and wellness. I love to learn more about spirituality, and that really inspires me because I believe we're all on a journey and there's no end point, that it's a continuum, and that the more I feed my hunger for knowledge, the deeper I get into my own personal journey, and the more I have to offer the people who allow me on their journey.
It benefits everyone around you.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
What would you say is one of the most important things you've learned in your life? And what was your life like before learning it? And what was your life like after learning it?
Okay. Well, I guess, I think, it just really clearing up the lens through which I see myself and the world and life. And what I mean by that is, I think what I've really learned is I've recognized the ego, and I've recognized that my ego was impacting my opinions, my beliefs, namely about the way I saw myself. And it used to be, everything that I would consider about myself was a judgment that I thought people were doing on me. And again, it goes back to my experience as a child. I believe, part of that programming, where people were throwing all these judgments at me without allowing me to be. And so I had to kind of get through that. And I feel that it was my ego that was really kind of blocking me in all of these judgments. And so I've been able to recognize that that's been a roadblock for my own personal evolution and growth. So I've been learning to replace these beliefs by releasing them and replacing them with positive thoughts and positive self-talk. And this has really expanded my own self-awareness and self-acceptance, and has really motivated my confidence level too.
I love that, because all of our journeys always start and begin with self-love.
Yes.
It's a tough battle. It's a tough journey to get to that point. But when you do, it's life altering.
It really is, because it's like we're taught that we shouldn't love ourselves first. And that is, selfish, something to be guilty of. And I couldn't disagree with that more, because I lived it. I know.
Yeah.
All I've really fostered in my past was a self-loathing, self-hatred. And so when I learned and I became aware, awareness is always key. And then when I've learned to flip that script and started to foster self-love, kind of everything just changed. Everything just became more magical in life. My relationships deepened, my ability to relate to people deepened too, because when you get past that feeling of, loathing yourself, and you can't expect someone to love you if you can't love yourself.
That's right.
So it opens another consciousness, really, another level of consciousness, another level of living. When you do get to that point where you love yourself, everything flows in your favor. Everything flows to you. Everything flows for you. It changes life.
The universe is completely different.
Yes.
Well, good for you getting to that point, because like I said, it's not easy. So
no, it's been a struggle.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's an ongoing thing.
Yes, really absolutely. The self-work is constantly ongoing. You never stop.
And I think that's so critical, because I know that, oftentimes people feel that, a journey has a destination. Like journeys have a beginning point, but there's no end, and you never really get to, and, now things are perfect. And that's not a bad thing. Once you get to a point where you feel fulfilled, then new things open up, new challenges open up, and you have to stay open to that, as opposed to looking at it like, oh, I'm never going to get to where I want to be. No, that's not it. The journey, it's not about the destination point. It's about the journey.
That's right.
And it's beautiful to be on this journey permanently. There's so much opportunity for growth and love and joy and happiness.
Absolutely. Yeah. So speaking of which, what do you feel most grateful for in your life?
I would have to say the love and support of my family.
Awesome.
Yeah, honestly, I would be nothing. I would be nothing without that. It's really, well, literally, I would be nothing without the love of my parents, quite literally. But yeah, that's been huge for me. I don't think that I could accomplish anything without that.
Right.
Yeah, very, very grateful for my beautiful family.
Amazing. If you could hold on to one memory from your life forever, which memory would that be? Oh gosh,
I would say hands down the moment my kids were born.
Yeah.
And, just looking, just that, not the birthing process, of course, because I get that memory. But that moment that I saw their faces for the very first time, that's like the pinnacle.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's just a moment you can't replace ever or top.
Yeah. How would you like to be remembered?
I want to be remembered as somebody who made people feel good.
It's pretty simple and to the point.
Simple and to the point. I just want, I just want to be that person that makes people feel that they're worthy, that they just, that's it really. I just want people to feel good, because there's so much of that's lacking. People are living their lives, in the dumps, in the gutter, feeling whatever, feeling unattractive or feeling unfulfilled or feeling hatred. I just want people to love life.
Yeah.
Feel good. Yeah.
What does the word empowerment mean to you?
Oh, I love this question. I think for me, empowerment is almost synonymous with choice. When you are able to choose whatever it is that you want in life, whatever avenue, whatever decision, when you can make this a choice for yourself, you are empowered. Consequently, if you're not allowed to choose for yourself, you're disempowered. So I think that in order to be able to step into your power, you have to have that ability to choose it. And there are a lot of women out there that don't have choice.
Very true.
And so that's what I feel empowerment is.
Okay. What is one of your favorite quotes?
Oh, good Lord. I have so many. I'm like one of those
give me a couple.
Oh my gosh. Okay. It's kind of hard. Okay. Well, we'll start with one from Buddha that I love, which is, let me see. What you think you become, what you feel you attract, what you imagine you create.
I love it.
I love that too. It just breathes so much fresh air into me every time I think it, read it. I'm one of those people that has sticky notes all over the place with all these amazing quotes. There's so many. Yeah. That to me is a spiritual one. And then I think there's another one. I don't know who said it, but I always think about this. In life, you either win or learn. And so we kind of alluded to that earlier in our conversation. It really has taught me that failure doesn't exist. And so every situation that I would have otherwise regarded as a failure is now a learning opportunity. And that's really helped me. Again, like I said earlier, as an entrepreneur, that's been a huge shift for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you describe yourself in one word?
I would say empath.
Empath. Okay.
Yeah, I've only recently, in recent years, come to realize I've always been super sensitive to the feelings of others. No, I mean, I've always known, I just never really knew the term for it. But I've always been an empath. Even as a child, I've always been so super sensitive to the feelings of others around me. And I've been intuitive for as long as I can remember. But yeah, and now I'm stepping more into that and understanding it on a deeper level. But yeah, I would say empath.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do if you had enough money for the rest of your life and didn't have to work?
I would still coach.
Yeah.
Maybe I would step it down. I wouldn't have to worry about, not worry, but I wouldn't be so concerned about being a sold out coach. But I would, because like I said, I have a thirst and a passion for learning and growing. And I wouldn't be one of those people that could just, I don't have to work, so I'm not going to work. No, that wouldn't work for me. Yeah. I would still be out there, running groups and doing talks and trying to inspire people to live their best life.
Well, again, this goes back to loving what you do. So
yeah. It's not about the money. If I had all the money in the world, I would still be doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guaranteed.
Laura, do you have any guilty pleasures?
My mom's sponge cake.
All right.
Isn't that awful?
No, not
yeah.
at all.
No, yeah, guilt. That would probably be it. I'm not a chocolate. Yeah. That would be it. Yeah.
Well, sponge cake isn't too bad for you. It's not terrible.
It's not.
It's better than chocolate,
terrible.
I would imagine.
Yeah, but it's one of those things that I can't control, and I get mad every time my mom makes me one. I'm like, stop making sponge cake because I can eat the whole damn thing.
But then you love it when she does.
No,
it's a double-edged sword.
Yes, it sure is. The love-hate relationship.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. If you were guaranteed the correct answer to one question in life, what would you ask?
Ooh, this is a big one. Oh my gosh, I wouldn't even know where to start with this one. What would I ask?
Mm-hmm.
Am I making a difference?
Okay.
I would really, because I think that's also something that coaches and entrepreneurs and people who are in the wellness industry are concerned about. They just want to know, like, is my work making the impact that I hope it to make?
Yeah. That makes sense.
Without getting overly deep, I guess. That would
right. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, I think years ago, it probably would have been a little bit different.
Yeah.
I think my journey into spirituality has changed a lot. And so, yeah, that would be it.
You've evolved.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting when you can actually look back at your evolution and start to say, wow.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Like years ago, I would have said X, Y, Z. And isn't it amazing that today I feel X, Y, Z. So at any rate, yeah, that would be it, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the biggest change you want to make in your life?
I guess that would be my transition into my business full time.
Yeah.
That's my scariest, but my biggest, the biggest change that I want.
You got to lean into that fear and
really
not let it stop you. That's for sure.
Yeah, you said it right. Definitely have to lean into it.
To what extent do you think that we shape our own destiny, and how much do you think is up to fate?
That's another question I think I would have answered really differently a long time ago. But I think that we have choice, we have options, we're free to choose. And, every option that we choose leads us to a different destiny. But nothing is out of our control. So I think trusting our inner selves and our inner guidance to make decisions. So I don't know that fate is predetermined. I don't believe that. I maybe once upon a time would have believed it. I think we're given like a buffet of options in life, and every choice leads a different path, but it ultimately is up to us in terms of, shaping this journey.
Right. If you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that piece of advice be?
You are worthy. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's very true. Again, we so often, we get in our own way, but we also let the external noise in, and that has a huge effect on us as well.
It just causes so much inner conflict. And then you start to really internalize you're just not good enough. You're not worthy. There's something wrong with you. And it's awful. It's an awful feeling to grow up with.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
It just makes you, it made me a very insecure person going on through life and feeling that I wasn't worthy of all the things that I wanted or the goals that I had. So that was a huge obstacle. So yeah, I think that's, if anything, that was what I would say to my younger self, among other things, but that would be the biggie.
And lastly, if you were to deliver your last 30-second speech to the world, what do you think that last 30 seconds would sound like?
Love yourself first. It's not selfish. It's essential. It's only when you're able to love yourself for who you truly are that you could be the best person for those you love around you. Release the guilt, release the judgment, be grateful for every ounce of your existence, and you will experience the deep joy and fulfillment that you are so deserving of. So love yourself first.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Laura, thank you so much for agreeing to be part of my movement, my mission here by being a guest on my podcast. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you. I appreciate you sharing part of your journey and your story with us here today. You are inspiring. The fact that you've overcome all of this adversity you had to deal with as a kid and gotten to the space where you are now, it's inspirational. So thank you very much for sharing your journey with us here today.
Thank you, Brad. I've said this to you many times, and I want to say it again. I am so honored to be a part of this, but I just want to applaud you for what you're doing. The world needs more men like you that are stepping up and advocating for women. I think this is a beautiful platform that you've created here, and I'm truly honored, truly honored to be a part of this.
Oh, thank you so much. Those very, very kind words. And I always shy away from that because I've had a few women say they're honored to be part of it. And I flip that back to you ladies, because I'm honored that you want to be part of this movement and help me grow this circle, this collective that I'm trying to build. So I'm the one who's truly honored by having this hour-long chat with you and having you share a little bit of your story and giving me and the listeners a glimpse into your life. So I'm truly the one that's honored. But I do appreciate your very kind words. It means a lot to me to hear that. It's always nice to know that what I'm trying to do is making a difference or having an impact, as we spoke about in our conversation earlier. It's nice to have that feedback to say that, to tell you that what you're trying to do is making a difference. So I thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Brad. Thank you so much.
Once again, my name is Brad Walsh, host of your Empowerography Podcast. My guest today has been Laura Giurdanella. She's a life alignment coach and a Reiki practitioner based in King City, Ontario. Thanks again, Laura. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon.
Thanks, Brad. Same to you.
Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. If you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share with all your friends. You can find me at viseuphoria.ca and follow me on Instagram at Empowerography Podcast and on Facebook at Empowerography. Please join me next time for another inspirational story from yet another amazing woman.